You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about shout going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing. About a woman on the day. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like the 7-millimeter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Make them happy because man makes them strong. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money to buy from other men? This is a man's world.
Sorry, y'all. We have a technical difficulties. My damn internet is stupid all of a sudden. Out of nowhere. So I had to reconnect back in. We got a guest on here. I got to get her on. I don't know what the hell's going on with this shit. It just went out of, internet just went out of nowhere. This internet. It's not letting me direct connect back in. So I gotta get on the blog talking about the sister William.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Start your show now, press.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Sister Hatshepsut, greetings. Greetings. Sorry, my internet got disconnected at the last minute, right when the show was supposed to start. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. This is Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. We have a special guest host, Hatshepsut Muhammad, who's out of Colorado as well. And we are discussing the harmful effects of soy. And our guest, Sister Hatshepsut Muhammad, will relate evidence of these facts. This will be an open mic discussion. We encourage all to call in to give feedback on this diabolical situation. The call-in number is 516-418-5996. And this episode is for those that are 18 years of age and older. And this is episode 21 of season 9. This episode is also being simulcasted on StreamYard, YouTube, and Facebook. Grand Rising, Sister Hatshepsut. How are you doing this morning?
Grand wonderful. Greetings of peace. And I must say to my brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you too.
Alaikum salam.
Yes, sir. I'm going to touch. Are you ready for me?
Yes. You can go. Shabaka should be joining us here shortly.
It's not. Okay. You want us to wait for Shabaka?
No, he said he go ahead and start the show without him.
Okay. I'm going to touch on why soy is not good for you. It's just not good for you. I was always taught growing up that soy was bad for you. It's hard on your digestive system, on your colon. It causes diseases such as cancer and many others. And according to recently, Minister Farrakhan was talking about soy, and he said it can also turn male hormones into feminine-like hormones after time of eating too much soy.
Mm-hmm.
In the quote from the Honorable Blacc Muhammad that I remember, I don't have the book on me, but I remember this quote. He said, "Do not eat the rich soybean flour, neither the soybean oil from the soybean. It is not good for our stomach. It does not digest properly at all. And soy comes in the form of soybeans, soybean oil, tofu, a lot of veggie burgers, even cake mix, cake, just everything they want to put in soy. So my suggestion to you all is to check the ingredients before you buy anything. Soybean oil and soy flour shall not be consumed It is not good for you. You'll find a lot of soy in even bread. Even if you go to the stores, they have a lot of soy flour and even soy lettuce, and it's not soy flour or soybean oil in the bread, even the wheat bread. So it's best to make your own bread if possible, or buy the organic bread that does not have soy products in them. There was a quote from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, a recent quote where he was talking about soy, and he said soy has been linked to thyroid problems, specifically hypothyroidism, which causes significant weight gain and other problems that's in the thyroid.
Mm-hmm.
And the messenger taught me personally that soy is forbidden to his followers, and I believe it should be forbidden to everybody, to all. Our Black people don't really know the detriment of soy unless they listen to us or all of a sudden hear us talking about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
It is sad.
They don't put like research and stuff like that in our communities. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The references include Elijah Muhammad, 2 books, How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2, Minister Farrakhan's lectures on saying no to soy. Let's see, the book entitled No More Soy,
Mm-hmm.
and another book entitled The Whole Soy Story by Kayla T. Daniel. She's a PhD, and she studied about this. Also, The Final Call talks a lot about it sometimes.
Yes.
If you go to the finalcallnews.com online, you can find a lot of what they talk about when they talk about soy. Enter soy after you go to finalnews.com. The Holy Quran and the Holy Bible. Okay.
So we have several scholars that have talked about it too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember their names off the top of my head. I want to say Bobby Hemmett talked about it. Ray Nagin talked about it. And it was somebody else. I want to say either Dr. Francis Cress Welsing or Shalahar.
Oh, yes. Yes, and a lot of people today who have researched about soy are coming out with books about no more soy. To stop eating soy is killing people.
Oh,
even
Umar
vegetarians.
Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson talked about it as well.
Yeah, and did you know though that it messes with male hormones?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and it causes them to become feminine to where men actually turn gay.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Well, it's all genetic annihilation, like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing was telling us back in the 70s and 80s. So yeah, it's all part of their plan.
And just like the GMOs they put in food, do you know that there was one time I went to the store and someone told me not to eat those tomatoes at that particular store because they put pig fat in the tomatoes. They injected it in the tomatoes. I was like, oh heck no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just start growing my own. You know?
There's actually there's a real good documentary, sister. You and everybody viewing should check out. It's called "They're Trying to Kill Us." It's on YouTube, and they go into detail about that.
Okay.
I have watched.
They're Trying to Kill Us. Is that the name of it?
They're Trying to Kill Us. It's a real good documentary. There's several heavy hitter MCs and in it that are talking about the dangers of basically the Food and Drug Administration and how the Food and Drug Administration is allowing all this stuff to be circulated in our communities. And
yeah. And so I'm just going to conclude with this after giving the references, and then we can talk more about it. The Holy Quran says God asked,
you got callers.
why do you come?
Hold that thought, sister.
With
These
love.
callers on. I
I'm
think
sorry.
one is Shabaka. Is it Shabaka or Sarge?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on here? Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Okay. Once again, I'm having
Got another caller.
technical issues. So
203 last 46889. Press 1 and you'll be live on the air. Go ahead, Shabaka.
okay, I'm going through this rigmarole with this high technology, and and I'm glad that we're discussing. What we're discussing is because I paid for the service yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew that we was going to go through this garbage again, okay? And and so they're coming to me with a bunch of BS, and and I'm trying to deal with it, okay? We should have some additional callers, and Sister Hatshepsut, I believe she was talking about the dangers of soy,
Yes.
because what they're doing with it. And then, as you know, Brother Paris, our man, I'm not going to say his name, but, brother with the Straight Black Pride Network a few years ago, man, had mentioned this, that they will be doing this type of crap. They say, and boy, are they doing
you talking about irritated Genie.
Yeah, yes. You say. And what's happening is, like I said before, when you go into Silicon Game Valley, right, they got all these biotechnical firms, okay? And so quite naturally, of course, the biotechnical firms are in on this because there's no way that they cannot be. And it's sickening, it's disgusting, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to, get them on the
yes. Telling Sister Hatshepsut about this documentary that just came out called "They're Trying to Kill Us." It's on YouTube. I advise everybody that's listening and watching to check it out. But Sister Hatshepsut has something to say before you got on. She was just concluding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With her.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just going to conclude real quick and have a discussion about what I was talking about. I was just going to come up, reiterate the references. Elijah Muhammad's 2 books, How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Minister Farrakhan's lectures on saying no to soy.
Mm-hmm.
No More Soy book, and the book, The Whole Soy Story by Kayla T. Daniel, PhD, white woman. And thefinalcallnews.com, of course, the Holy Quran and the Holy Bible. And then in conclusion, I was just going to say the Holy Quran says, God asks, why do you come to men with lust in your heart instead of woman?
Mm-hmm.
And in the Bible, in Genesis, it said that God created Adam from dust, and then Eve asked his help me. It didn't say Adam and Steve.
Right.
It said Adam
Right.
and. So, brothers and sisters, we don't want to be an abomination to our Lord, especially today. So let's eat the proper foods that properly feed our bodies and hormones.
That's right. All right, go ahead, Shabaka. Thank you, sister.
No, yeah. Okay. What it is it's the crap that they're putting off into the food, number one. Okay. Also, too, the same thing with the water. Why do you think they got all these GMOs? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, these elements, could be programmed, you see what I'm saying, to do whatever it wants, See, this is why I don't do apps. Oh, just download our app, just download our app, just download our app. You see,
Yeah.
And then what happens is that these apps are pre-programmed, you see, is because now what makes it even more dangerous, and I'm going to say it, is look what Silicon Game Valley is, okay? You know what I mean? Okay. Now, connect the dots from San Jose, California to San Francisco, and you tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Okay, and then hopefully we'll get some more callers in.
We have a caller. They just haven't raised their hand.
Okay, so that's that caller.
I think one is Sarge. I don't know who the other one is. Sarge, is this you? Is this you, Sarge? Sarge.
Okay.
Unknown caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Okay. All right.
203, last 46889. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Islamism.
Oh, it's Brother Elia.
Okay, good. You can hear me because I got you in the speaker. Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Greetings to you, Elia.
Grand Rising, Elia.
Greetings. Grand Rising to everyone, listening and to the panel. Great to hear your voices this day.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm just here listening.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna okay. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So what it is, as the sister was saying, is about this soy. Okay, and these other GMOs. Okay, they are targeting us. You know what I mean? And the reason why they're targeting us, and I respect Eli's wisdom, although he and I, a lot of times we disagree, but we do disagree agreeably. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping and feel that Eli feels the same way. And please tell me if you do, Brother Eli.
Well, brother, you say disagree agreeably.
Yes, sir.
I have a hard time answering that question, and the only thing I'm gonna say is the only thing that I'm really speaking to is the word that we use towards ourselves in that. And so as long as you understand that, like I said, the rest of what y'all do is beautiful. Look at the information you bring into our people today. And even as we don't use these terms to ourselves, these people will still try to sneak things in and give us offers and harm us. And you're speaking to that. So there's nothing I could really say about that. It's just when we use certain words, we establish a contract with the system. And when we establish that contract, they're going to hold up their end, even if we don't hold up ours. And their end is to abuse us.
Yeah, and funny you should say that, Eli, because to prove your point even further, man, look at this BS that I'm going through with this morning. Is because, I've refilled my data plan, right, through all this automation. And, man, I come to turn on my friggin' computer, man, and guess what? They got my money for the data plan, man, but I don't have the data. You know what I'm saying? So this is why, I'm calling in, the way that I'm calling in. You see what I mean? And then, as we had said over the years, the more reason for us to become self-sufficient is because you could best believe these other groups do that on their own. A classic example is the Chinese and all this social media stuff, which is headquartered in a certain region of California that has a certain, how should I say, hidden agenda. You know what I mean? And this is what the sister was saying in regard to the soy. Yes, so if they're doing us here with the soy, imagine what else of what they're doing, just like what Dr. Ken Adams was saying about the what was that, the GMO in the foods and what have you. And then on top of that, these elements are programmed, you see, is because let's look at, Microsoft's microchip. You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you know? Yeah, when they give you these vaccines and medications, it doesn't have certain elements in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because, now, do you understand I didn't take the vaccine?
You're not alone.
You are a smart man.
You're not alone.
You are a smart. You're not alone. You are a smart man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't take the vaccine either.
Yeah, and you know, and then they're coming up with another round, and once again, they're always saying is that these diseases, you know, originate on the continent. You know what I'm saying? Rather we call it Cabaline or Africa. I'm speaking of the continent that is due south of Europe, that is due east of Brazil, which is due west from Asia. So I'm speaking of that continent right there, you know, regardless of what they refer to it as. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, because they're always naming stuff after that continent. Like, you got the West Nile virus. You got the Ebola virus.
Right.
You got the another one.
You know?
Several of them. Like, they always naming after that continent. It's like,
oh yeah,
y'all don't name nothing after Europe. y'all have
now they got monkeypox.
Yeah, now you got monkeypox.
Yeah. There you go, El. Yeah, that part.
Yeah, all of a sudden monkeypox is in Kebalon.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And you know, man, and let's just be real, people. You know, they're full of a bunch of crap. Okay, please continue the conversation. I'm going to try to get this hotspot back on. Okay, I'm going to call back in. Okay? So please keep the conversation. Yeah, please keep the conversation going on. Okay.
What I want to say, as far as the vaccines, I've never been vaccinated. The only time I was vaccinated was one time when I was young. I was a young girl with my dad, and he took me to get vaccinated. And as I got older, it tried to turn into that which I was vaccinated with. And I took something from Dr. Alim and Dr. Fatina from the Nation of Islam, and they gave it to me. They cured it all the way.
Yeah.
But after that, I said I would never take another vaccine. So I don't take vaccines. I take good food, vitamin C, and good health. That's all I need.
Yeah. Simple, pure.
If you have a good diet, drink a lot of water, and you eat right, you shouldn't be getting sick.
Right. Well, we naturally most of us have a good immune system, so it's just keeping that up. I was vaccinated when I was a kid. I haven't had a vaccine in over 10 years. The last time I had a vaccine was when I was in college. It was like a booster shot or something. That was like the last time I had a vaccine of any sort. But they made it where you couldn't go to school, you couldn't have a job, you couldn't without getting that jabby jab.
Yeah, my daughter hasn't been vaccinated either at all. Yep, and she just doesn't get sick.
Don't forget to add a little exercise to the
water
and the good
too, right?
Because that keeps the blood and the oxygen in and out of your lungs, and that helps clean you out too.
Right.
And walk every day. I walk a lot, and I practice yoga and Tai Chi, and that works ultimately great for me. Every day keeps me healthy. I notice if I go a day and I forget my Tai Chi, I don't feel as good as I usually do. See what I'm saying? But back to the soy. If we can just get that soy out of our diets and eat a perfect diet, it doesn't have to be perfect, because every once in a while I will eat a slice of cake. I ain't gonna lie. I like my sweets. But as long as you, like Brother said, exercise, drink your good water, be on a good diet, and stay healthy, and not get so angry all the time, you'll be perfect. You won't have to worry about catching diseases and stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
Did you call back in? Shabaka? Unknown caller. Is this Shabaka or Sarge? Okay, I guess it's Shabaka. It's not saying nothing. All right, continue, sister.
Yeah, so I learned how to eat properly from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, and I actually had the opportunity to cook for the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan at one time and serve him and his acquaintances at a table, and had the opportunity to talk with him. Very humble, peaceful man, and very intelligent. So this is where I learned my diet from. I'm not saying you have to follow it, but I'm saying it makes me feel good.
So can you remind the people where soy is? Because like there's a real push for like veganism, and
veganism.
A lot of people don't realize there's soy in a lot of those products.
Yes, I have been a guinea pig to that, because when I had first became a vegetarian, I went from being a vegetarian to being vegan. And people said, eat soy, eat soy. I didn't know no better at that time. I was very young.
Yeah.
And so I would eat soy. I didn't feel good. You know, so I said, well, what's wrong? They said, you shouldn't be eating soy. So what I did was I made my own veggie burgers. Like, you can make the navy bean burgers, you can make the black bean burgers. It's fairly easy if you know how to cook.
Yeah.
And cook your own food. You know what I'm saying? The messenger stresses that the science of the medicine is in the kitchen. Your medication is in the kitchen. Cook your own food. Stay out of the devil's kitchen. I'm telling you, because otherwise you're gonna put soy in this, pig in that, and everything else.
Right.
Yeah. So
you were saying
strive not to eat out.
You were saying like a tofu has soy in it. This milk that has soy in it. Soy milk. There's a lot of products, a lot of food that have soy in them.
Dairy-free cheese have soy. Yeah, what you can do to replace that is just shop smart. They have other cheeses and other products that are not meat and they're not pork, that don't have soy in them. But a lot of people, they shop so quick, they just pick up whatever it says dairy-free. I'm gonna just get it, but they don't look at the ingredients back. It's like straight up soy flour, soybean oil, soybean this and soybean that, and soy lecithin is the most popular soy byproduct that's used in bread. And so my guess is just for you to buy your own cookbook or go online and get some cook ideas and make your own food and just look at the ingredients. Or if you're buying something that's packaged, ingredients.
One of our viewers, Win Lose, this entertainment for the Kahari, he wants to know, is there a food list in PDF? He would like to have it.
Yes. Yes, there is. I can give him the information for where to get How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2. And there's a food list of forbidden foods that's throughout the Bible and throughout the Quran and the Torah and all the holy books. And this is like a complete list of like different nuts that you shouldn't eat, soy, pork, certain beef. I mean, it's a whole list. And if you go to finalcallnews.com, they have those books.
Okay.
And if he looks up Final Call store, he can call the store and they have like lists of foods that you should not be eating.
Okay. He said okay.
Oh, okay.
Brother.
Yeah, can I?
Sunstar L, y'all go ahead.
We all have different blood types, and we've never been told that we should eat by our blood type. And there's certain foods that each blood type absorbs a different way. So where, like, my body, like peanuts for me are excellent. I feel the energy as I'm eating them. The next person, not just the allergicness.
The Final Call store. Sorry, son, y'all. Yeah.
Say that.
The brother was just clarifying that she said the Final Call store. for the information on the food list.
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
For the information on eating by your blood.
No,
Yeah,
on the food list.
they have a book called Eating by Your Blood Type. You can get it at Chatter Cover or Barnes and Noble. And it's a helpful book on how to eat proper foods for your blood type. Like my ex-husband, he couldn't get off of meat because his blood type was the type that had where he had to eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he didn't eat pork. You know, he made sure he didn't eat any pork, and that book is very important for all of us to get because even my blood type, when I would crave protein, I would crave meat, but I didn't eat the meat. I would eat like vegetarian meat, and that wasn't enough for me. So I started eating fish, and my doctor said that was fine. So yeah, you're right about that, brother. I agree.
Yeah, because my sons, they were allergic to peanuts, but I could eat peanuts like all day long.
Yeah.
And so my body, it took the peanut and did whatever it was supposed to do. But then other people's bodies will reject that peanut, and you might not even show allergic system to that peanut, but they'll make you sick. And it's our blood types that allow us to eat. And strawberry and kiwi. If I drink that, I get sinus infections, and everybody else around me drinks it. It's my blood type.
Are you O positive or O negative?
Brother, now that part I don't know. I just put the food in my mouth, and either it agrees or it don't. And that's how I realized it's my blood type. I never even checked it. Certain things I eat lemons. If I eat a lemon, like my allergies and sinus clear right up.
Yeah.
I can't eat too many oranges because then I get like rashes and stuff. You know, so I know it's my blood type. And so since my mother used to when we were in the Nation of Islam as children, my bean soup and fried fish, white and H&G fish, that wheat bread, that was my mother's mainstay. Oatmeal, I don't even like oatmeal today because of that.
Oh my God, I love some oatmeal.
We were raised.
Yeah, that's how I was raised too.
But it keeps you healthy.
But I was gonna say, brother, what you're talking about, you should purchase that book, Eating for Your Blood Type. Google it.
I did get it, but because I never went and researched, and I'm gonna tell you, I have a fear of going to these doctors.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask them my blood type. They're gonna tell me some other stuff that'll kill me. I don't like these doctors and stuff. I don't trust them.
Well, they based everything off of their values.
Right. So when one of us, if Dr. Sebi was still around,
yes, I
go to him and say, "What's my blood type?" So once we develop, and I know one of us, then I'll go to us and say, "What's my blood type?" Or
Dr. Layola Africa.
I don't trust them.
Yeah, Dr. Layola Africa had a whole holistic book too as well. That's on Amazon. That a lot of our people, melanated people, have been reading and following. The brother passed away, unfortunately, like a couple years ago, but everything he was saying is still true to this day about our diet. Dr. Layla Africa.
Yes, sir. And what was the name of that book that you said?
Let me see if I get the whole title for you, sister, because it's like the African diet book or something. Let me see if I can pull it up while we're on.
Okay.
The holistic guide to. It has holistic guide in it.
Have you ever been unconscious and talked to your body parts?
To me?
Conscious and talk to
anybody.
African Holistic Health. That's what it's called. Sister Hatshepsut. The name of the book is called African Holistic Health by Lil Layla O Africa.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I was unconscious one time. I had blacked out. I was just my spirit. It kind of left the body. So yeah, I've been through something similar. I wasn't just like talking specifically to my body parts. I was talking to myself. I went through something like that.
I knocked myself out one day playing with my brothers in the room, and as I was laying on the floor, I did a self-examination of my entire body, making sure nothing was broken, and I felt it hurt beyond the headache before I got up off the floor. And like I've been able to put that in practice ever since, to talk to my body and feel the, this, that, or the other thing about me and know the dangers of myself. It's amazing what we can do when we focus on certain things and know certain things.
Right.
Oh yeah. I've had a couple of out-of-body experiences that I remember very well. Was laying in my bed, and I had this book called
Somebody
Astral
has
Travel.
feedback.
That's me. I'm a mute.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I traveled outside of my body and traveled it all throughout my rooms and houses. And I then went back inside of my body. I've experienced astral traveling a couple of times.
You had out of body experience?
A couple of times. I sure did.
Yeah, Lady Chase, she has had those too. I don't think I've had one. I've had near-death experiences though, but I don't think I've had out-of-body experience. Not that I could recall.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, I was just going to say I had a couple because I was reading this book called Astral Traveling, which is what out-of-body experiences are. And I got to a certain chapter, and then all of a sudden my body just started to release. Yeah.
Like I've heard stories of people saying that they could see their whole body like laying on the bed or something, but they're like up in the sky or up in the ceiling or something, looking down on themselves.
Yeah, in this case, I was traveling through the different rooms in my house, which I thought was kind of unique. And then and when I came back to the room, I saw my body on the bed, and then I went back inside of my body, and then I woke right up like a shock kind of woke. And I was like, wow, like that. It was amazing. And it was like something, when it was like that, it was like, it kind of changed my life a little bit because it was kind of like a healing, a physical healing had taken place as well. And I could feel angels and a law of God in my room. I couldn't see them, but I could feel them. But what I could see, though, was like auras of different colors. Like one was blue, another one was purple, and then the one next to it was all black.
Interesting.
Yeah. You might want to pick up that book, Astral Travelers.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that book, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, they still got it in the bookstores.
Okay.
Yeah. How are we doing on time?
Oh, we're still good.
Okay.
He hasn't called back in yet. Sunstar L. Y'all, did you have something you wanted to add? L. Y'all, are you still with us?
Yes, sir, I'm here. See, I have to unmute my phone, and before I can do that, I got to put the code in because you know how it goes.
Oh, it locks up.
Yes, sir. So, I'm not really just trying to add anything. You know, I'm listening to your conversation, and we talked about what we talked about and stuff, and so, you know, it's all good. And I'm just, like, supporting. I'm just supporting because y'all support, and like I said, I love y'all, man. Y'all good people. I like you.
Thank you. I love you, too.
Okay.
Okay, so that basically concludes what I was going to talk about today. I don't know if anyone has any questions about soy or health or anything dealing with just spirituality or just whatever that dealing with spiritual health, mental health, physical health, or soy, I'm willing to answer those questions. I'm an MA. I have a master's degree. I have 3 degrees. One of them is a master's. So
Okay.
feel free.
So can I ask you a question, Sasha?
Yeah, go
Sure.
ahead.
Now, so when Brother Jesse asked me, do I have anything to say? I always talk about us being our own government and doing for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, for what you offer right now, can you be like our health law, for lack of a better word?
It's hard to
Like
hear you.
you would drop a report to us about health and staying healthy and things that we should stay away from. And I do need like a written report of government.
I can't hear you, brother. You're going in and out.
He said, do you have like a...
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Could you because I'm always talking about being our own government and stuff, and the stuff that we're working on, we're actually working for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, in your capacity of health, could you be like a health czar for us, where just like they have monthly journals in the medical field, could you start one for us, and then other people will join on with you to help build that up, and where you're telling us about us and who we are in the health field and how we need to be healthy?
Sure, I would love to do something like that. Right now, I just moved into my place, and I'm going to be moving again pretty soon. Because where I stay now is temporary, so I don't have a computer on me. But as soon as I purchase another computer, I would love to do something like that. That's actually, I appreciate you asking me that, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Gratitude. I appreciate you saying that, and I heard what you said, but I'm letting people know. I get your name and stuff from Shay and Shabaka,
yeah.
And you're going in as our health czar. And we'll pick a better title. I'm just saying that. You're going in there, and we will be looking for so this is let's say we start on a new year. Is that good for you?
Sure, that's excellent. Yeah, I can get a computer. The reason why it's taking me so long to get a computer is I want to make sure I get a good one. I don't want to spend like $100 on a computer and then it breaks the next day. You know what I'm saying? So that's I'm going to get a real nice computer, probably a real nice laptop or desktop, probably a laptop because, that's easier to carry around, and a printer. And, yeah, I would love to do something like that. Yeah, I used to help the nation out with stuff like that years ago when I was very young.
Beautiful. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Paris.
So
These are the type of connections we need.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You're welcome.
Definitely well, and we need to take care of it. Let's see what I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna pull up items that have soy in them. So, I was gonna pull up the diets by blood type. So I'm O positive, which I believe is the universal donor.
Yeah, you need meat. Do you eat meat at all?
Yes. I eat a lot of. Lately, I've been eating a lot of poultry. But I eat fish.
Okay.
I eat some pork, not nowhere near as much as I used to. I used to eat pork like every day. I've limited that to like maybe once a week.
Is there any way I can help you to get off of the pork?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really eat it like that. Like I grew up eating pork like every day, like pig feet, chitlin.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Pork chops. Now I eat more vegetables. I eat more fruits and vegetables now. Like I've been growing my own food for 4 years, so eating more fruits and vegetables than anything.
Yeah, chicken is good. Fish is good. Even sometimes, every once in a while, beef is good. But the type of meat that the Muslims eat is halal meat. And what that means, and have you ever heard anyone say kosher meat?
Yes.
It's like kosher meat, but it's prayed over by Muslims. And when they kill the animal, they kill it so peacefully. The animal returns to God in a peaceful state, and the meat is not so tense and too tender. And so when it digests in your system, it digests like vegetables. You know what I mean? So it's a healthy type of meat. It's called halal meat. And it has halal chicken, it has halal beef, it even has halal turkey, halal fish, but they don't have halal pork, brother, I gotta say.
Yeah.
They don't have halal pork.
Okay,
you know,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know
specifically
where like food chains sell halal meat? Like could I get that like at a Sprouts or a Whole Foods?
You can get that at a
Supers
market. You can get it at a kosher or halal market at a Jewish
okay, so I got
store or a Muslim store.
I gotta go to like South Denver to get that, because that's where all like the Jewish stores are.
So yeah, you can go to any Muslim store. They have halal meat there. I saw one out here. I live in Colorado Springs. I used to live in Denver, but I think over there in South Denver, yeah, they do have a lot of Muslims and Jews that have their different markets and stuff.
Yeah, I know they got.
And they have
still
over there,
over there by George Washington. They got some halal markets over there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, like where I live, I can't like cook like I normally would, like if I was in a regular apartment. So I'm kind of limited on what I can eat where I'm at. But like where Lady Che lives, she has a full kitchen and everything, and I can cook stuff over there. So I'm trying to get more in the habit of cooking.
Have you ever tried eating
processed foods out the microwave? The processed foods are no good.
Have you ever food, brother?
Yeah, like
have you ever tried eating?
I'm not allowed to cook where I'm at because it's like a fire hazard or whatever.
No, like the Ethiopian restaurant.
I used to. I can't afford restaurants no more.
Oh, okay. I understand. Yes, sir. They are kind of pricey. Let me see. A cheaper way. Sprouts is good too, but they don't have halal meat at Sprouts. They only have organic meat, which means that the animals have been fed okay, but they don't pray over their food or nothing like that. But Sprouts is a good place to shop at for anything else besides meat.
Yeah,
I would say. You can get your fish there. The fish there is good.
Yeah, they got real good fish. I think I got some salmon from there. And then like
their salmon
I get food delivered to my dad's building and my building every Sunday from Sprouts. So I try to get like all the good healthy stuff from it. But yeah, Sprouts is
okay, cool.
So
yeah, I prefer Sprouts over Whole Foods. Whole Foods is just ridiculously priced.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend my whole check on Whole Foods.
Right.
I'm just not gonna do it.
And that's the thing, like a lot of us, like these diets, like it's hard to find like reasonable prices for a lot of this stuff. So a lot of people just revert back to what they know or what they grew up eating. I think Shabaka'S back. Shabaka, are you back?
Yeah.
That's I just had to cuss out, these service providers right here. You know what I mean? To have them get their minds right, and then too, like with these GMOs and this artificial intelligence, okay, and then as we discussed too, Brother Che, with the robotic police dogs that they're having up there in Boys Town, so of course they're spanning that. Then they're building these robots, artificial intelligence. So, this is definitely the time of the Terminator. You know what I mean? And then when they had made the movie, when they made the movie back in 1984, you know, the setting was the 2020s.
Yep.
So I would have to say that either Hollywood prepackaged this shit, or you know, it was an accurate
It was 40 years ahead of their time, basically.
Yes, sir. So I'm willing to bet money is that what Hollywood did was prepackaged it, because they all, like Malcolm said, in the black community, right? You got the highest amount of crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, though, you have the highest amount of police. So surely the crooks and the cops must be in cahoots with each other.
We have the highest amount of
so this is
police
the
in our
same thing
communities.
that you got going on with this bullshit right here. You see what I'm saying? Because you remember, Brother Che, when I went down there, man, you know, the Hollywood Boulevard and did the live feed right there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Netflix is right there, right by the Screen Directors Guild and all that old type of crap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why even here in Vegas, when I go to certain places where they got all this freaking advertisement, I put the announcement right there that we don't own the copyright to none of this crap.
Yeah.
And it is a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just like what Sister was saying, you know, about the soy milk.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the great work that Brother El-Yah does. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you have those that say that we're Moors. You have those that say we're Hebrew Israelites. Okay, you have those that say we're black folks. I'm a diasporic African. Okay, diaspora. All the areas of where our people were taken, you know, from the continent of Akibalan or what have you. Now, there's also other evidence that I spoke with El-Yah about, and what you had spoke about, what you and I spoke about too, Brother Paris, is that we did circumnavigate the globe, right?
Yeah.
Prior to the nasty, stinking, unbathed, disease-infested Caucasoids out of the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah,
and I really would like for one of them individuals to call in right about now, because see, I'm feeling very, very froggy right about now. Well, we are the same. Let's integrate. We shall overcome. Pounding upside your head again with the nightstick. The nightstick glides gracefully upside your head. Here come the fire hoses. Yeah, and then old frog face. They said they mine. And may that sack of shit burn in hell. You know what I mean? Then the little baby, little Ruby Ridges. Now, does everybody know about little Ruby Ridges? You ever see that story right there? Only 6 years old.
That's a escort into Central High School during the desegregation of the 1950s.
No, that there was a little Rock 9, okay, but Ruby Ridges was the elementary school girl that you see her on the file footage with her little self carrying her school bag, and they got her in the backseat of the military vehicle, and the National Guard supposedly was locked and loaded. You see what I'm saying? Escorting her to school. That they was doing Eisenhower's time, I think, okay? And then I believe at the University of Mississippi, James Meredith, do a similar thing on him. You know, because them hillbilly rednecks, stars and bars, Donald Trump supporters, and the dump as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear about it. Okay, he belongs in jail, okay, because in the federal cases, Judge Chuck, and you know, is putting the screws to his stinking ass, and rightfully so. You know, and I don't mean to cuss or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm just frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And I yield is because Blog Talk is playing games with us again, lowering our amount of people that we could have to call in. I did reach out to Dr. Parks, Brother Che, you know what I mean?
This morning, Shabaka talking about we were experiencing technical difficulties. I'm like, oh, hell no.
No, man, bro. They got this shit operating off of college campuses, man. Okay, Fake Books campus over there in Menlo Park. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, man, maybe some confused individual, man, you know, shoved ketchup up his ass, man, and he didn't menstruate. No offense to the lady. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes,
This is the type of crap, you know, that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you know, is our chat room open for insults? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please direct all your hate mail to our chat room, and we'll be more than happy to read it. You know what I'm saying? To see what idiocy that we got coming in, hatred, what have you. And I'm the only one in there. Okay. All right, which is all great, you know. And also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we are putting this on here on the, I believe, we on StreamYard this morning, Brother Chen.
StreamYard, Shabaka, on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, so then, okay, all right. And then I know Brother El, yeah, you know, he does it similar as well, too. And then we do additional research, man, you know, to make it happen, okay? Sister Hatshepsut has dropped. Okay, she's our guest host, so hopefully she'll call back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the sister will call back in. But as you know, what she was saying is on this soy, okay, which is the harmful effect of it. You know, we needed her to give us more data, and I think she did. Okay. And so it's just ourselves and Brother El. Yeah. Okay. So
do y'all have any questions? Just type them in the chat. Y'all have any questions about soy or any of that? I know.
Okay.
It's about a food list. Sister Hatshepsut.
Okay, and I see we have an unknown caller. Okay, an unknown caller. They could
SARS. That might be SARS. Is this you, SARS?
Okay, well let them pray.
Is that you? You're late, Sarge.
Yeah, I know I'm late, but better late than never. And hey, look, less of Sarge is more than most anyone else.
Well, hold on, Sarge. You do got a point there. You might not always be on time, but dagnabbit, Sarge, you put on a you always show up.
Man, I'm righteous, so that's the main thing.
Sarge.
Okay, now Sarge.
Your phone sounds horrible. Okay. Are you on a headset or something?
Yeah,
I guess so. Hold on a minute. I gotta swap this one out.
Okay, are you out there in the great state of Georgia, Sarge?
Yeah, the great state of Georgia, man. I'm sorry I'm calling. The reason I'm calling so late because I was up late last night because I discovered the appalling lies that Democrats are telling about everything. I mean, they're just lying about matters of fact. I mean, it's not like it's not like with Trump. Trump will make an opinion that's hyperbole. You know, he'll go over the sky. But it's about the Democrats will lie about matters of fact and tell you it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. So, you know, I mean, one thing led to another lie, to another lie, to another lie, I couldn't stop researching. I didn't go to bed until 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
This lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. It's just staggering.
It is.
Okay, Sarge. Okay, Sarge, that is about the body politic. Okay, continue with our Brother Chase.
We was talking about
well, I know you want to talk about soy, though, right? And the effects of soy on men.
Yeah, our guest host, you know, had mentioned the soy. She was talking about the harmful effects, but she had logged off. And I do recall that she did tell me that she had responsibilities to deal with. So I appreciate, you know, the sister dropping the knowledge on it. Now, also, too, Sarge, not just the soy, but all these damn GMOs, man, like they got off in the plant life out there in that godforsaken place called California. Okay, you know, you got Gruesome Newsom, the governor, who should be walking the concrete with Trump.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then half of these judges in these kangaroo courts. Okay, now, Sarge, you and I always argue about these kangaroo courts. You talk about this hypocritical document called the U.S. Constitution, where Dr. Huey P. Newton had pointed out that a lot of this bullshit that they write is ambiguous. And it is.
Yeah.
And any statute that is so ambiguous that cannot be understood by the common man, such as a half brain dead old senile bastard as myself, okay, it's not a statute, Sarge.
Well, I'm not arguing against that. I mean, I don't know why. Look, I've told you a million times. If Sarge got into political office, I would do the best I can to repeal maybe 40 to 60% of the laws on the book now if we don't need them. Or they're harmful.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm not arguing with you about just because the law is passed by legislature doesn't mean it's a good law.
Okay, but Sarge, what they
but
need
that
to
also
do
doesn't necessarily mean it's unconstitutional either. It's just bad law. Bad law can be constitutional, and good law can be unconstitutional. Both can be true.
Okay, but Sarge, all of it is like what the minister said in the early 1960s, and I really wish Sister Hatshepsut had stayed on, but we thank Sister Hatshepsut, for the great efforts that she makes. Okay, Sarge, it's called hypocrisy. You see what I'm saying? And we also, too, Sarge, I don't know if you're familiar with Brother El Yeah. Okay, Brother El Yeah, you still with us?
Yo, are you still with us? He's muted. I think he's muted.
Oh,
yeah, he's still here. I my phone is locked up, and then I got to go back and unmute.
Okay, Brother El Yeah. We got the one and only Sarge on here, El Yeah. And you got a great deal of knowledge, and we're ready to rumble, you know what I'm saying, here in Sin City, the boxing capital of the world. Let's check the chat room for hate mail. Okay, Sarge, did you have all your haters, come in here, man, and what have you? We don't see nothing in the chat room right there.
Well, I ain't concerned about haters, man. All haters, man, is that you're over the target, you're getting flack. That's all.
Okay, wait a minute.
Well, I don't worry about that. Don't bother me a bit.
Okay, but Sarge, you're overmodulating a little bit. Okay. You're overmodulating, with this old CD term, you know what I mean? Okay,
yes.
Sarge, they might be spying on you too. You know what I mean?
This spying, I guarantee you, this spying is now every single electronic recording that is put out in the stratosphere, atmosphere, the electromagnetic spectrum is recorded and housed for future access by some bureaucrat somewhere in the government, the National Institute, the Defense Intelligence Agencies, the CIA, who knows who. They're not listening to it all at once because there's too much of it, but it is all being archived and stored. All of our conversations, I guarantee you that.
Yes, Sarge, you don't get no argument from me. You know what I'm saying?
Hatshepsut's back, y'all.
Oh, hey, Sister Hatshepsut, we got the one and only Sarge, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And Sarge is one of our contributors, so we definitely give Sarge his respect. You know what I'm saying? Although that Sarge and I, we disagree because Sarge, and I, we've gotten in a knockdown, drag out, coming to your live straight from the beat 'em up. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that one of your biggest beefs is with the Constitution itself, and that's definitely not mine.
The U.S. Constitution, Sarge, is that what the paper's written on? You can take it and wipe your ass with it. You got so much hypocrisy with it.
It's amazing. It's amazing in why almost every single new country that develops in the world, both in the first, second, and third world, almost all of them model their constitutions on ours. Now, they don't copy it exactly, but they certainly take most of the major tenets from it, especially that part about the Bill of Rights. And you want to keep ignoring that. You say, here you are living in a country that set the model for the world. Even the Soviet Union came with a constitution that looked like the United States. And here you are living in the United States, and now was anyone to tell me there's never been a worse document written in the history of mankind. And it was the only country founded on a proposition rather than on organic development over centuries.
Okay, but
and you don't think there's anything remarkable about that.
Okay, but Sarge, but like our man El Yah here, who has a lot of knowledge, as he had stated, and Brother Paris and I have agreed with El Yah on this, but we was already here, Sarge, before them misguided, thinking, nasty pilgrims had came here, and then the indigenous people here came there Okay, and then when the indigenous people saw them, now these here are the words of Dr. John Henry Clark, yeah, and I know you're familiar with Dr. Clark.
Yes, all right.
Okay, so they saw the stinking, nasty people piss, shit, vomit on them, and what have you, you know what I'm saying, didn't wash their asses or what have you. So the Native Americans come out here, you know, showing them, hey, man, this is how you grow corn. They and then, you know, they showed them how to farm. Now, as we all do know, the so-called continent, Alkebulan, Africa, whatever you want to call it, the continent due south of Europe, due east of Brazil, due west of Asia. Okay, that there's the birthplace of agriculture because it was also the birthplace of mankind. You see what I'm saying? Is because, see, they don't never want us knowing our true identity in history of what we did. It's on here the rising on. Ask you about nigga, you talking about running away? You must be crazy. See, they want to keep us off on that mindset. And I don't mean to mock it, but this is one of the cases where I got to laugh to keep from crying, okay? The crap that I've been through. Now, Elia says is that what you did prove, and Brother Paris, I think you and I commented on that, I believe Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, about 5-6 years ago, where a brother got stopped by the Pittsburgh PD.
Yes.
He whipped out his documents, man, and the Moorish flag, and he says he's not a citizen here or what have you. He pretty much told the police department to go fuck themselves, and the dude drove off, and now one of them went into a pursuit after him. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just proving a point, and I could give us more elaboration on that. And then what I got to do is get in my vehicle right here, because I got to go get me some more coffee, man, after going through this ordeal, man, of setting on my devices. And then to Sarge, you know, please call the city of Las Vegas if you'd be so kind, sir, and to have them start having a wrecking ball bounce off that gold tower that says Trump on it, man, because it really is an eyesore. It really is.
Okay. You think the people in you think the state of Nevada wants to get rid of the tax revenue that comes from Trump Tower? You really think they want to?
Sarge, you told me it's not even open for operation, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Even so, the very property it sits on generates revenue for the state of Nevada.
Okay, Sarge.
Even if it isn't open, say nothing when it's open.
Okay, but Sarge, okay, do you know, man, what's here between here and Reno, Nevada, Sarge? Do you know what's here between,
I know, I'm not as familiar with the geography of Nevada as I might be, so why don't you enlighten me?
Area 51.
Okay, it's all desert, Sarge. See, Sarge, it's all desert, and this is why, Sarge, as you know that I've mentioned it.
No, but military
to the Joe Gibson's,
especially along that.
Nellis Air Force Base, and then they bombed half this state in the 50s, man, with nuclear devices. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? During the Cold War era. You know what I mean? And then, too, now, where the hell is my damn car?
Uh-oh.
Man, don't tell me they impounded my damn car, man. What is this?
Oh, my God.
Sarge, did you call them up, man, and tell them to impound my car?
I know I assault me. I didn't. I really can't account for why your car was confiscated.
Okay, hold on.
Why would you think I would have anything to do with confiscating your car? I'm just curious.
Okay, Sarge, everybody's out here, man. Frankie Cabonis, Jimmy 2 Times. You did work in Chicago.
With criminals in the past might have led me to just call somebody up and have them ask me. Is that it?
Okay, Sarge. Okay, everybody's here, Sarge. Okay, you know what I mean.
And I just want you to know my sole interaction
put
with
out
that guy.
Shabaka'S.
That guy was a model for Joe Pesci and Casino. What's the guy's name? Tommy. What's the guy's name?
Oh, here Tommy. It is. I found it, Sarge.
My sole association with him was a let him go after I stopped him for running the stop sign. And that was my sole association with the guy. He was very well behaved guy. That hitman, Chicago little Anthony Ant. that guy. He was a model for Joe Pesci in Casino.
Oh, you talking about a man here, the one and only Bugsy.
Yeah.
No, the Bugsy Siegel, no, that was long before him. I'm talking about Anthony what the hell was his last name? Real short hitman, man, from Chicago, man. He maybe knocked off 30, 35, 40 people. And he went out to, he was giving the mob trouble in Chicago and sent him out to Nevada.
Dillinger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he set up shop there. He started running a big syndicate out there doing burglaries and hits and extortion, leg breaking work. And then he made legs. Then they put him.
The mob money, he'll break the legs.
Right, and he was doing hits. He was doing mainly burglaries. They do a lot of burglary. They had a real professional burglary ring of doing high end, top of the line burglary. And he caused trouble for the mob in Chicago. They called him back to Chicago. He thought he was getting a promotion, and they were sitting up to hit him. They hit him and his brother, who was doing a little movie work in Chicago.
You must be getting sticks, Sarge, because you're.
And they buried him in a cornfield in Indiana.
You got a lot of feedback.
Okay, well, I'm driving in the car right now, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and I'm driving down Las Vegas Boulevard.
Oh, Lord, I'm familiar.
I'm seeing all these planes, you know, coming in here, man, with another plane load of suckers. Hopefully 1 out of 1,000 will walk away with some dough.
Have you made it to the Sphere yet?
In California's probably on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got a heat wave.
I really wish the coastline would be here in Nevada, man. As far as I'm concerned, that damn state of California, man, needs to shake off. That way you be rid of Nancy Pelosi, Gruesome Newsom, them ass-scratching, Jacob Boston.
They're going to the underground bunker.
By the way, Shabaka, that guy's name was Anthony the Ant Filaccio. That was
Filaccio.
It was all kind of. It was like he was in the news almost every week with his federal indictments and whatnot. And everybody talking about the trouble here with the money. And he was doing making huge waves in Nevada with the casino thing and everything else. Watch that movie Casino, and it pretty much lays it all out.
Sarge,
but it lays it all out.
Man. Casino, Sarge, is one of my favorite films, but I'm sorry to see a great actor like Robert De Niro be a trick for Sharon Stone, and Sharon Stone deserved an Oscar for that role. You know, she really did. She really did. Sharon Stone was great in that film, but yeah, man, that breaks my heart. Each time I see my man Robert De Niro being played for a trick. But the part that I like is when he showed up at the table, and what's the actor's name, James Woods, who Sharon Stone was giving all the money to, and De Niro shows up there, had his goons with him. Yeah. And then they made James Woods out to be a buster, you know, and I think he probably wound up being a doorman for him or something like that. But that was real good.
You remember that scene where Filaccio put that guy's head in the vice and cranked it up to his eye pop? That actually happened. That's actually one of the things he did.
Oh, yeah. I like the scene where they caught the two partners who was up there cheating at casino, and they took one of them in the back and broke his hands and whatever, and they got the other dude, and De Niro told dude, hey, man, look, do you want the hammer or do you want to get out of here? Dude said he'd like to get out of there, and he says, you see your man right here. You send the word out, this is the place not to fuck around at. You know what I'm saying?
They actually did that. Yeah, they actually did that.
You see what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, you see what I mean? And so then, of course, Sarge, you know, the guy, the greatest heavyweight champion of all time that you hate, you know, he smashed Floyd Patterson here. He smashed a couple of other ones.
Wait, why do you say I hate? Why do you say I hate Muhammad Ali? I mean, I never said I hate him.
Okay, wait a minute.
What is it? You get in your old age, does your memory get kind of foggy or what?
I'm getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know.
Sarge is older than you, though.
I can do things. I'm not dumb. I'm smart. Now what we back.
I didn't say that about Muhammad Ali. I never said that.
Okay. And then, of course, one of pay homage to the great actor John Cazale, who played Fredo in the Godfather movies. You know, he passed away years ago. You know what I'm saying? It was real great. Now, Sarge, a place that you would really like out here in the great state of Nevada, you know, would be Lake Tahoe. And the air is pristine up there. You know what I'm saying? You got Lake Tahoe right there and whatnot. I don't know if they're going to take you fishing or not. You know what I mean? And
yeah, but can you swim in that thing with all those decomposing bodies down there at the bottom of it?
Okay, you probably could, Sarge, but I tell you one place, man, is just about dried up here.
Lake Mead.
And Brother Paris couldn't. Yeah, because then, as you know, Brother Paris, Lake Mead steals all the water from the Colorado River.
Yeah,
After all, that's what they built Hoover Dam on.
We supply 7 states with water.
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to go here on self-mute for a second.
Well, we're about to go in the overtime, Shabaka, so we should be making our closings.
Okay. All right, okay, so I'm going to mute my phone, okay, for a minute, okay.
All right.
Oh, man.
Let's see, I'm going to go in order. Sister Hatshepsut, do you want to make your closing first?
I already made my closing, but I can reiterate if you want me to.
Okay.
Yes.
Basically, what I was saying was that, in conclusion, the Holy Quran says, God asks, why do you come to men with lust in your heart instead of women? And in the Bible, in Genesis, it said that God created Adam from dust and then Eve as his helpmeet. It didn't say Adam and Steve.
Right.
It said Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So, brothers and sisters, we don't want to be an abomination to our Lord, especially today. So let's eat the proper foods that properly feed our bodies and hormones, because soy also causes the male hormone to turn feminine in the blood.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it does. It causes the hormone. Soy causes the male hormones to turn into feminine hormones.
Okay, so that's
over time.
Okay, so that's the GMO, right?
Yeah, the chemical inside of the soybean.
Okay, which has been genetically modified. Okay, yeah, that's about
and
right.
not just that, but just soybean itself.
Yeah.
Even if it's not genetically modified, soybean itself does that by itself.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying that it does that on its own? Okay,
yes.
So wouldn't that be a GMO? Wouldn't that be a GMO on that?
No, GMO is genetically modified. It's not. She's saying it. She's saying this naturally. Soy does that.
Yeah, that's what the Minister Farrakhan said. He said it in a recent lecture, and you can Google it too. The name of the lecture is called "Say No to Soy."
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sunstar El Y'all, you want to give your closing?
Brother El, yeah.
Yes, sir, I'm here. No, just peace and love. Oh, and I do want to say this to Brother Sarge. Brother Sarge, the stuff that you say, in a way, I got your back, Brother Sarge, because you stick with the law. You know about the law, and when you're speaking, you do speak and come from what is written down as the law. So I do appreciate it that you stay with that, and I do see that as the interference between you and Shabaka, because you stick with the law, Sarge, and I appreciate that. But I appreciate all of y'all for the work y'all do and the way that you speak to the community. Peace and love.
Peace and
All
love.
right, brother. Okay, brother. Oh, yeah. Thank you for calling in, sir. It's always a pleasure. Okay.
Go ahead,
now,
Sarge. Or Shabaka.
Go ahead, Sarge.
Well, you know what they say about government and what they say about tyranny and all that. You know how much I'm opposed to tyranny, which is arbitrary and capricious government control. That's the word. Arbitrary and capricious government control. That's what lack of liberty when you have all of that, those factors work. But there's a saying, and I think there's some truth in it. It's not absolutely true, but that saying is that the worst tyranny is better than anarchy. So what we need to have is a rule of law that respects people's liberties, keeping government out of their lives to the maximum extent possible, while at the same time allowing them to develop their potential to the fullest extent they can, and to the extent that it's humanly possible to equally apply whatever the law is to all people that are similarly situated. Now, is that difficult to do? Yes. And that's why we're constantly arguing about it and fighting about it, because it will never be perfectly achieved, but we can achieve it to a point where most people find it acceptable and something that they can work with on a day-to-day basis. So that's what it's all about for me. I think the rule of law is important to establish, whatever it may be, and to continually try to improve it through endless debate, argument, and discussion. For me, that's the key.
Okay, now, Sarge, okay, as you know, and that I've said before about ambiguity about it, okay, but why is it when it comes to, as El Yah says, the rule of law, when you go before these kangaroo-ass courts, you will talk about the same law and you'll get 25 different interpretations. This is why you got a court of appeals. This is why you got district courts. This is why you got municipal courts, federal courts, state courts, and what have you. And the only duly elected police official, law enforcement official, is the sheriff. The rest of these numbskulls who they pin badges on and white supremacists that wouldn't kill Ms. Nasty, that wouldn't kill Julia Love, the race soldiers, as Brother Chase says, how in the hell are they going to be law enforcement officials when their academy is only like about 2 months at the most, and then these judges who sit up there in these kangaroo courts and also to like Kamala Harris, all right, got to study 8 years of this gibberish. Enlighten me on that. Is it ambiguous on purpose?
Well, I'll tell you something. To answer your question, the perfect answer to everything you're asking is a thorough and comprehensive study of everything that's going on with Donald Trump and the charges. They talk about kangaroo court. You ain't never seen kangaroo courts like what they constituted against this man. Judge Chutkan the other night, look what's going on with Judge Chutkan. Now, here this woman says
90 seconds.
She is risking reversal in everything she's doing, but she's going to do it anyway. She's just going to ignore what the Supreme Court said. And she said it. I know I'm risking reversal in all this, but this is the way I'm interpreting it at this particular time. So you see, when judicial officials become arbitrary, yes, you get the kind of thing you're talking about. Rather than following precedent, the rule of law, and the plain text of both
60
the law
seconds.
and the Constitution is when they aggrandize power unto themselves because they have egos or they think they're better than somebody else. That's why you get the results that you speak of. If you get people that are not ego-driven because they wear a robe and they sit in the court like they think they're a king and they issue rulings like a king.
That sounds like Cook County, Sarge. Okay, now, Sarge, now didn't you tell us that in the great state of Illinois that they had in prison like about 8 governors, a few mayors?
We must be going to overtime. Don't nobody hang up.
Okay, all right. I just want to get Sarge's feedback on this. Okay, now they're talking about the mayor of Dalton,
10
Illinois,
seconds.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That she had hijacked so many amount of dollars and stuff like that.
$7-8 million.
Sarge, okay, more power to her. She's pimping a system that pimps us. Okay, and I'm not saying that what she's doing is right, but with all the hypocrisy of it is, can you blame the woman? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to blame her. Yeah, she's an elected official who took an oath. You got damn right I'm going to blame her. There ain't no excuse for this. No, I am going to blame her. Now, if she gets away with it, then yeah, I'm gonna blame the system for letting her get away with it. But you know what? She ain't got no excuse. She didn't have to become mayor of Dalton. She took an oath to do what is right, to govern.
She should have just stayed a trustee.
But to govern the people that are her constituents.
Yeah, and before that, she was a trustee.
She wanted to enrich herself. She ain't no better than these other political crooks.
Right.
Okay, well, Sarge. Okay. Now, as you know, the great city of Chicago, Illinois, that was founded by a black man by the name of Jean Ponte, Baptiste du Sable.
No, that was Chicago. Get it straight now, please.
That's what he said, Chicago.
Okay.
He was the founder of Chicago. You said Illinois. He said Illinois.
Oh, well, I think he meant Chicago.
Okay, but Sarge, as you know, it was discovered by a black man. You see what I'm saying? Okay.
No one discovered. He founded a trading post. He traded with Indians that were working, and he was trading with Indians. Right. He founded a trading post from which Chicago grew. So he didn't discover it. The trading post was significant in the growth and establishment of the city of Chicago.
Okay, well, Sarge. Okay, I think it was incorporated into a municipality. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 1837. I think
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 1837. Okay. Now, also too, Sarge, as you do know, when they had the Great Migration of the South, from the South, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot of people from the great state of Alabama and Mississippi, because, you know, a lot of my ancestors, Sarge, you know, had slaved in Alabama. You see what I mean? And my relative is doing a family search tree and what have you. You see what I'm saying? And then, and Henry Louis Gates, I place no value on because he is more interested in a raping, slave trading pedophile. And I want to make that very, very clear, by the way, as opposed to his African blood. Okay. Now, see, as Malcolm said, all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of hypocrisy. Minister Farrakhan has said the same thing. You see what I mean? Okay. Yeah. And see, and nobody wants to address that, especially you, Sarge, because you and I have been going back and forth, man, for a few years now with this. Joe Gibson and things of that nature right there, you say. And I'm staying pretty much steadfast on my square. And the reason being is because of my eventual transition. When somebody comes and goes through all these notes and what have you, who knows, they might even be subpoenaed in one of these kangaroo courts of law. You know what I'm saying? I can't see it, Sarge, just because you could best believe. If I came across one of them bastards that owned my family, right, I would take it as a huge, huge insult if this clown comes up and tell me that we are relatives. No, we're not relatives. It's because what you did is that my people were your property that you could rent out, okay, that you could mortgage on, okay, and that source there, that information, Sarge, came from the one and only Mr. Lerone Bennett Jr., who is a major contributor, as you know, to the Johnson Publications situation. So I respect John H. Johnson for recording our people's history as it unfolded, particularly post-World War II and through the Black empowerment era. You see what I mean?
All right, and on that note, we got to end the program. So thank y'all for tuning in to Grand Rises with Shabaka and the Chase. Appreciate our sister Hatshepsut Muhammad for guest hosting the show and discussing the harmful effects of soy. You're always welcome to co-host another show, Sister Hatshepsut. And we appreciate everybody that called in and gave their feedback. Sunstar Elia, the one and only Sarge, who was a former piggy of 25 years, and the people that tapped in on the StreamYard. So join us tomorrow for a brand new episode of the Frontline Black News. This is going to conclude season 9, episode 21 of Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced. Make sure y'all check us out on Facebook and Twitter, now X.com.
And Stinky Bird, and then also too, what I want to say to those out there, you can call in, on the StreamYard that we do on Frontline Black News. Elon Musk is not an African. Repeat, he is not an African.
Well, I believe on that one.
Okay, Sarge, he's a damn bore. Okay. Listen to Sister
Oh my
Mary.
God, we don't have time to go over it. Okay, he's not an African.
Okay.
Get it. So what we're gonna go out with?
And by the way, speaking of what the sister was talking about with soy, I want y'all to read, if you can get your hands on it, the Tranifesto. That woman Audrey Hill had shot up those children in the school, Covenant School in what was that?
Oh no! Whoa! Hold on!
You need to read the rantings of a diseased mind that has been encouraged in their insanity and their mental illness, which is what I think transgenders are. They're mentally ill along a spectrum of mental illness.
Yeah, gender dysphoria.
The most extreme end of it. They finally got them to release that Tranifesto, and you can read it for yourself. She was absolutely a hot, seething, viral hotbed of neuroses, hatred, and psychopathy. It is frightening to realize the mind can get that disease and that sick.
Okay, now, Sarge, based on everything that you said, that they would also apply to the guy yesterday down in the great state of Georgia that shot up the school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if he's
Appalachia High School,
I've heard there was some transgender aspects of this person. I haven't studied it up for him yet, but I know what, after reading Audrey Hill's manifesto, it's clear that we've got to start regarding these people as mentally ill and not something to be celebrated.
Right.
It's insane.
I agree.
Okay, Sarge, the more reason, Sarge, for us as a people to get our children up out of these public indoctrination centers, all the way from the great coast of California, down there to the great state of Georgia, and down there through great state of Texas, gun the blood. You see what I'm saying? And by the way, Ted Cruz, I'm not a fan of yours, Ted Cruz, but one thing I will respect about Ted Cruz, where he got so frustrated one day, I think about a year and a half ago, popped him a beer on the Corona and told everybody to kiss his ass.
And on that note, we out. So join us tomorrow.
Well, I can see why they wanted to keep us from reading that manifesto, because they were afraid we'd get the wrong idea, and we'd get the right ideas if you read it.
Okay.
Now we know why they wanted to cover it up.
All right.
Okay.
And on that note, we're going to end the program. Where we're going to go out with Shabaka, Ship Ahoy.
Okay, go on with Ship Ahoy. With Ship Ahoy.
Okay. Appreciate everybody that tapped in, everybody that called in. Make sure y'all join us tomorrow for Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay. All righty, Brother Terry. Appreciate you. Okay. I'm going here to see if we got any last minute insults or anything like this here in the chat room. And it appears that the chat room is unfunctioning. Again, okay, but wow, we're not surprised. Okay, and then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe to the Facebook like page of Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced, and also, too, Brother Che, I am still reaching out to our Dr. Parks, okay, and trying to make some contact with her. I do have her as a friend on Facebook, so when a good doctor in her very, very busy schedule, if she can allocate some time for us, that'd be great. Also, too, Sarge, we thank you for your contributions over the years, you know what I'm saying? But Sarge, I'm scared of you with them napkin holders, man. You know what I'm saying? And you and Dynamite, oh my. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was something else.
We don't have time for his rebuttal. I'm going to end the show now. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Okay. Okay. All right, it starts. Okay.
Y'all on the stream, y'all appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all like to subscribe to Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. Love you, page and on YouTube and Facebook. And Shabaka'S here on Facebook and Twitter, now X. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations of Black empowerment. Sharon Krummer, starting out from the mile high income, and a legal migrant for the city.